Hi everyone, hope you all are doing good. In this video, I'm going to explain you about the concept of demand forecasting. So let's see the presentation. Demand forecasting. What do you mean by the term demand forecasting? So demand forecasting means what? Demand means what? Here we are talking about the ability of a customer to buy a particular product and willingness of the willingness to buy the product is nothing but demand. So what do you mean by the term demand forecasting? See here, uh, in this video, we are going to discuss about the meaning of demand forecasting, definitions of demand forecasting, objectives of demand forecasting, types of demand forecasting, what is the importance or the significance of demand forecasting, and what are the factors affecting demand forecasting. So here, what is the meaning? Coming to the meaning of the demand forecasting. Forecast means what? A prediction or estimation of the future situation is nothing but demand forecasting. So it is a technique of estimating the probable demand of a particular product or services in the near future or in the market is nothing but forecast. So it is generally how this forecast will be done based on the past demand data of a particular product or service and the present situation, how the demand of the particular product in the present market situation based on the past data and the present data, future estimation of the particular product's demand can be estimated. That is nothing but demand forecasting. See the definition given by Cundiff and Still. Demand forecasting is an estimate of sales during a specified future period which is tied to a proposed marketing plan and which assumes a particular set of uncontrollable and competitive forces. See, every businessman will forecast the demand or the raise in the prices or the lowering of the prices of a particular product, but one cannot predict the competitive forces or the uncontrollable situations like how COVID is prevailing at present. See, we never thought of this COVID situation, this pandemic situations, this lockdown situations, rise and fall in prices of several products, and also so there are some unpredictable situations will be there. Even though situations will be there, all those situations will be considered and will estimate the demand for the products in the near futures. That is nothing but demand forecasting. See, I have given you example here. See, product X is sold with 200 units in the month of January, 250 units in the month of February, 300 units in the month of March. How can we assume the demand for the particular product in the month of April? So the estimated demand might be 250 units around, isn't it? So this is the estimation, just a prediction or estimation of the near future is nothing but forecasting. What we are estimating, the demand we are estimating now, so hence it is called as demand forecasting. So what are the objectives of demand forecasting? See here, objectives are classified into two types, short-term objectives and long-term objectives. Short-term objectives are again four types: formulating prediction policy, formulating price policy, controlling sales, arranging finance. Long-term objectives are deciding the prediction capacity and planning long-term activities. So coming to the short-term objectives, formulating prediction policy. Formulating prediction policy. Generally, it helps in covering the gap between the demand and the supply of the products. Demand forecasting helps in estimating the requirement of raw materials in the near future so that regular supply of the raw materials can be maintained. That means what here, how the demand can be predicted, how the future say supply, how demand of the particular products will be based on that only supply of raw materials will be taken into consideration. Here it helps in maximum utilization of resources as operations are planned according to the forecast, because here whenever the production schedules are properly planned, wastage can be minimized. Through that wastage, a lot of maintenance cost and wastage cost can be reduced. And similarly, as in the same way, based on that only, based on the production schedules designed for the near future only, human resources recruitments can also be planned. Formulating price policy. As I already told you that it is a price is the one of the important objective of demand forecasting. Generally, any organization, if it want to set prices of its products according to their demand, then it has to go for forecasting. For example, if an economy enters into any recession period or a recession phase or a depression phase, the demand for products will generally fall. Recession means what? There is a gradual decline in the economic activity of a particular region or a particular country. So then the prices of the prices of its products according to their demand, then there will be lowering in the demand for the products. In such a case, the organization will set less prices for the products. Or controlling sales, it helps in setting sales targets. Sales targets means what? Here we can evaluate the sales performances. Any organization can make demand forecast for for particular regions, because within a country also, based on the regional differences, demand for particular good, say for example, demand for X product will be more in one region and demand for Y product will be more in one region. So based on that, one can fix the sales targets according to their regional bias, right? Regional variations. So based on that, one can control their sales. Arranging finance. Finance means what? Money is essential, right? It implies that the financial requirements of the enterprise are estimated with the help of demand forecasting. If one thought that future demand of a particular product will be more, means he need more finance to deliver that product to the market. Hence, proper liquidity should be maintained within the organization to combat with the future uncertainties. What are the long-term objectives? One is deciding the production capacity. See, it implies that with the help of demand forecasting, an organization can determine the size of the plant required for production. That is, say, for example, if the organization if the product will have lot of boom in the near future, means it has to go for expansion, expanding its plant activities, expanding its product capacity. So it has to expand its plant capacity. So one has to expand its plant capacity, means it has to get lot of finance, finance to expand the organization. Or else, if the organization wants to go for diversification, means it should also be forecasted in the current situation. So this is the long-term objective. The size of the plan should conform to the sales requirements of the organization. That's what we have discussed. Planning long-term activities. So generally, planning long-term activities means what? Here, demand forecasting will help in planning for long-term. That is, if the forecasted demand is high for the particular products, as I have already told you, that it may go for expansion or diversification in the long run. So what are the different types? What are the different types of forecasting? Generally, forecasting generally classified into different types. Actually, here I have taken only two classifications. One is based on economy and another one is based on time period. See, based on economy, it's of three types. One is macro level forecasting, industry level forecasting, firm level forecasting. Macro level forecasting. Macro level forecasting means what? Forecasting at macro level, that is macroeconomic level. Here, what are the concepts we are going to discuss? Index of industrial production, national income concepts, general level of employment and all. Industry level forecasting means what? Here, demand for the particular products as a whole in a particular industry will be considered. So generally, forecasting, industry level forecasting deals with the demand for the industry's products as a whole. That is, here I have given you examples. See, demand for cement in India, demand for cloths in India. As an industry whole, we have seen here we have not particularly mentioned any particular organization. Here, as an industry whole, we have taken the example. Firm level, third one is firm level forecasting. Firm level means what? Single unit level or single company level, we are taking the forecasting. That is, it means forecasting the demand for a particular firm's product. See the example. You can clearly see the examples in the industry level forecasting and the firm level forecasting. Demand for cement in India is an industry level example for industry level forecasting. Demand for Birla Cement is specifically we are mentioning the organization name here. So this is at firm level forecasting. Demand for Raymond cloths, etc. So based on time period, Forecasting can be classified into short-term forecasting and long-term forecasting. Short-term forecasting means based on the time period we have decided this short-term and long-term concepts. Short-term means it generally covers 6 months to 1 year period. Within this short-term forecasting, generally tactical decisions can be taken. Long-term forecasting means 2 to 5 years duration forecasts that last for 2 to 5 years duration are nothing but long-term forecasting. Here, whatever the major strategic decisions related to the firm can be taken in the long-term forecasting, because like expansion of the plant capacity or opening a new business unit, all these are the various examples for long-term forecasting. Long-term forecasting. What is the importance of this significance of demand forecasting? So one is fulfilling objectives. Fulfilling objectives. See, whatever the organization we set for, we have certain objectives based on certain objectives, vision statements. Only organization will run. Generally, every business unit starts with some pre-decided objectives. This demand forecasting will help in fulfilling those objectives. So any organization estimates the current demand for its products and services in the market, and they'll move forward to achieve those goals, right? Isn't it? So say for example, an organization has set a target of selling 50,000 units of its products. In such a case, the organization would perform demand forecasting for its products. If the demand for the organization products is low, the organization would take corrective actions so that the set objective can be achieved. See how beautifully it is given the example. So if the organization want to sell 50,000 units in the near future, but if the market doesn't have that much of demand for that particular product, then organization will take necessary corrective actions, either changing the prices of the good or increasing their advertising efforts, and will create demand for those 50,000 units of the products. Second one is preparing the budget. So demand forecasting will play a crucial role in making the budgets by estimating the costs and expected revenue. So organization has forecasted, say for example, an organization has forecasted that the demand for its products, which is priced at 10 rupees, would be 10,000 units. In such a case, what would be the revenue? 10 lakhs rupees will be the revenue. In this way, budget can be clearly estimated and designed, prepared based on only because of demand forecasting. So stabilizing employment and protection. So organization demand forecasting helps an organization to control its production and recruitment activities. So isn't it? So whenever we are estimating the near demand or demand of a particular product or service in the near future, one can easily estimate the production capacity. Based on that only, recruitments can be done, whether manpower has to be taken or manpower has to be reduced and all. Expanding organizations. So we have already discussed this before also. So if the organization will be having more demand in the near future, it will go for expansion. Or if the organization, that particular product is not at all acceptable in the market, means then the organizations will go for preparing a new product, or they'll go for diversifying the entire business. Taking management decisions. So demand forecasting will help in making critical decisions such as deciding the plant capacity, determining the requirements of the raw materials, and ensuring whether the availability of the labor and the capital are there or not. So the sixth one is evaluating performance. So performance, demand forecasting helps in evaluating the performance and helps in making corrective measures. So if the demand of a particular product is less, it will take corrective actions by improving its advertising costs, or improving the quality of its products, or reducing the price, or offering any other sales discounts, and also based on any other activity, the demand can be pulled off. Helping government. Next importance is helping government. So demand forecasting helps the government to coordinate the import and export activities and plan the international trade in a better manner. These are the importance of demand forecasting. What are the factors influencing demand forecasting? So here totally 5 factors were given in the slide. Types of goods, level of competition, price of goods, level of technology, and economic viewpoint. One is types of goods. So types of goods. How these types of goods affects the demand forecasting? generally affect the demand forecasting process to a larger extent, because goods can be of different types, like they can be producer goods, consumer goods, or services. Apart from these, goods can be established or the new goods. Established goods means what? Established goods are those goods which already exist in the market, whereas new goods are those which are yet to be produced in the market. They are yet to be introduced into the market. So information regarding the demand, substitutes, and the level of competition of goods, or everything will be known in case of established goods only. In case of new goods which are yet to be introduced in the market, we cannot forecast the demand for the new goods. So therefore, different forecasting is different for different types of goods. So next one is, second one is competition level. So competition level influences the process of demand forecasting. How? In a highly competitive market, demand for products also depends on number of competitors existing in the market. Because in a highly competitive market, there is an always a risk of new entrants, isn't it? So in such a case, demand forecasting becomes very difficult and challenging to the entrepreneurs. Third one is price of goods. So price is a major factor which influences the demand forecasting process. The demand forecasting of every organization will be highly affected by the changes in the pricing policies. So here, see, nowadays GST was introduced. Lot of sick industries has wind up all terminated because of this changes in the pricing policies. In this such scenario, it will be very difficult to estimate the exact demand of the particular products. So next one is level of technology. Technology is also an important factor in obtaining reliable demand forecasts. If there is a rapid change in technology, the existing technology or products may become obsolete. See here, I have given you an example. There is a highly decline in the demand of floppy disks with the introduction of compact disks and pen drives for saving data in the computers. See, nowadays, even today also we are not using this pen drives and all, like everything will be stored in the Google Drive. Day to day technology is changing, we are adapting more new to the technology. So we cannot predict the now what is use of floppy disk. So what will be the business, what will be the business of floppy disk? So it's completely declined, isn't it? So we cannot predict the, even though they'll manufacture, nobody will use the floppy disk. So this way demand for the products is cannot be assumed, but we can estimate, but it cannot be exactly as how we estimated. Economic viewpoint, it also plays a crucial role in demand in obtaining demand forecast. If there is a positive development in the economy like globalization, there will be high level of investments, then demand forecast of the organizations will always be positive. So these are the various factors that influence the demand forecasting. In this I have given you the source link. Please go through the source link so that you can get some more information. So this is an excess information apart from your class notes work. So class notebook. So I'll share the PPT in the group. So go through the video. Take care and we'll meet in the next video.